What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video today, we are going to be doing a review and tutorial of the commission-free Moomoo. Now, you may have never heard of this before, but I've actually been working with the Moomoo team over on my blog, investingsimple.com, for the last 6 months, and they approached me about sponsoring a review on the channel. So I'm putting together a full and comprehensive review of Moomoo, and I'm going to remain completely unbiased. And just for full transparency, Moomoo has sponsored this review. Also, guys, just a real quick disclaimer here. First of all, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not any sort of financial advice, and you should always do your own due diligence and research above and beyond this video. And this video here is for entertainment purposes only. Also, guys, do keep in mind, I've been having a lot of trouble down in the comments with spam comments and scam comments from other people out there. So if you guys do see any comments where people are pretending to be me or saying, hey, contact my portfolio manager or get a hold of me on WhatsApp, guys, that is 100% a scam. That is not me. And you can help me out here as well. If you see those comments, make sure you comment below them that it's spam or a scam, or simply report that user. So right off the bat here, guys, what exactly is Moomoo, and more importantly, what separates this from the other options available today? Well, Moomoo is what we call an advanced trading platform that offers access to commission-free trading on stocks, options, and ETFs. So right off the bat, the main thing that's going to separate Moomoo from others out there is the level of data and the advanced trading features. So for that reason here, guys, it isn't necessarily the most beginner-friendly option, but if you are somebody who has been using different commission-free trading apps out there for a while, and maybe you're finding that there's not as many features or charts as you're looking for, well, Moomoo is sort of a more advanced, more sophisticated version of those basic trading apps out there. So Moomoo is based in the Silicon Valley in California. However, Moomoo Inc. is an indirect, wholly owned subsidiary of Futu Holdings, which is a larger brokerage company in China. So that is the deal here, but they do have obviously offices, and they are based out of the United States. Futu Inc. is a SEC registered broker-dealer that is a member of FINRA and SIPC. So what that means for you guys here is, despite the fact that it is Futu Holdings based out of China, it is a fully legit, trustable brokerage that has the same types of insurance as the other commission-free trading apps out there. So there's no difference there in terms of safety or worrying about funds. It has the same exact SIPC insurance. So why do people choose Moomoo over other apps out there? Well, first of all, if you're still using a that's charging you commissions on your trades, that could be a very easy reason why you might consider this option, because Moomoo offers commission-free trades. Beyond that, you're also going to have access to a lot of advanced charting and research tools that you're just simply most likely not going to find on these other more beginner-friendly, watered-down investing apps. You also have the ability to build customizable dashboards, and you can invest in stocks, ETFs, options. Beyond that, they also offer a free stock incentive at sign up, and Moomoo has provided me with a sponsored link down below. So if you do use that link, it's not an affiliate link, but Moomoo is going to give you guys free stocks just for signing up and depositing some money. So covering the pros here of Moomoo, this is what people generally like about this app. Commission-free trading, which we already covered. You also have the capability of doing short selling as well as margin trading. A lot of out there today do offer margin trading. However, short selling is certainly less common. They also have, as we said, that free stock incentive, which we'll cover shortly. They have advanced research tools and customizable views with over 62 technical indicators and 22 drawing tools. Now, here's where things get a little bit more exciting. They offer you free level 2 market data, whereas a lot of others out there are going to charge you a monthly subscription for that. So I did a video recently talking about Moomoo's level 2 data and how you can actually use that as an advantage when researching stocks. So I'm going to put that video up in the corner for you to check out at the end if you're more curious about that. Beyond that, you're getting access to real-time quotes on Moomoo. There's no sort of delay. They also offer free extended hours trading, which means you can trade on normal trading days from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, there also is another advantage here because of the fact that it is based in you have access to Hong Kong stocks and other international securities that you just may not have availability to on other mainstream, beginner-friendly. And they also have access to IPOs or initial public offerings where you can have an initial purchase of a brand new stock offering right through the Moomoo app. Now, that being said, there are a few cons to speak of here with Moomoo. First of all, there's a bit of a longer learning curve due to extreme ability to customize. You can do so much with this app, and they've packed so much into it that if you are a complete beginner, it might be a little bit overwhelming. But as I said earlier, if you've already, gotten your feet wet with other commission-free out there, and you're looking for a bit more in terms of data and functionality, Moomoo is definitely a good option here to consider. Beyond that, they do have a more limited track record. They haven't been around as long as some of the other guys, but as I mentioned to you, I've had a working relationship here with Moomoo for the last 6 months, and because of that, I agreed to have them come on the channel for this video review, just because I do trust them at this point and I have worked with them. Beyond that, there are no retirement accounts, so if that's what you're looking for, that could potentially be a deal breaker. And there's no Better Business Bureau review page, but there are quite a few reviews online that are generally positive, and it seems to me that this is just as good as the other ones out there, just as safe, but it has more to offer than what you're getting from most commission-free trading apps. So now what I want to cover is more information on the Moomoo exclusive features that you likely are not going to find anywhere else. So first of all, it is the smart research tools. One of those is called P&L analysis, which allows you to view total profit and loss for your account and the ability to rank stocks in your portfolio by their profits. This is a massive feature that I hope other commission-free trading apps adopt, and it's the fact that it's difficult when you're looking to get an idea of your percentage gain, and are you beating the market? Are you, keeping up with the market or falling below it? So the P&L analysis is a awesome feature, definitely, something that makes Moomoo stand out. Beyond that, they have 22 custom drawing tools that gives you the ability to discover trends and patterns. They have options analysis tools. In terms of charting, they have line charts, candlestick charts, mountain lines, bar charts, and more. You can also get insights into capital flows of a company, third-party ratings, shareholder statistics, and financial summaries with earnings per share, return on equity, gross margin, and many other important financial statistics. So touching more on that level 2 market data, which is 100% free over on Moomoo, here is how that works. So Moomoo offers members access to level 2 market data, but what exactly is that? Well, level 2 market data shows an investor the order book for a given stock, which basically means it's going to highlight the bid and ask prices by various market makers. So instead of just seeing, okay, this is what the price is right now, and this is the spread based on the current bid and ask, you're actually able to open that up further and see the entire order book, which is everybody looking to buy shares of that stock and sell shares of that stock, and what the given price is. In some cases, if they have, they're looking to sell shares at a certain dollar price, that is all visible here through the order book, completely free via this level 2 market data. So this level 2 market data is going to give investors an insight into the price action of a stock. So it kind of paints a bigger picture here of, instead of just looking at this current bid and ask price, you can look at the actual orders. So for example, it might be interesting to know if somebody's looking to buy 100,000 shares of a certain stock at the market open, that's the kind of details you're able to see and unearth when you get into this level 2 market data. In the past, this type of data was reserved for, the hedge funds and, the Wall Street investors, but these brokerages are democratizing finance and giving us the same tools that they have, making this a more level playing field all around. And then another huge benefit to the free level 2 market data is those real-time quotes. So all investing platforms out there display the price of a stock, but did you actually know that many of them are displaying a delayed price, sometimes delayed as much as 15 minutes? So that is where things can run into a problem, because if you're trading stocks that are quite volatile, they could have had a massive price move within that last 15 minutes. But if you're using with a delayed quotation system, you would have no idea. With Moomoo, investors have access to see the actual price in the very moment, ensuring the best possible price at purchase. Now, as far as the extended hours trading goes, if you use a lot of commission-free out there, you're only able to trade from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which are the normal open hours for the market. However, for Moomoo, users are able to access extended hours trading for free, which means they can trade the pre-market from 4 a.m. till 9:30 a.m., and they can trade the aftermarket session from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. So why does this matter? Well, this matters because company news and different things often come out before or after regular trading hours. So let's say, for example, you were looking to trade a company, after their earnings report came out. And that would be kind of a funny thing to do because people typically would buy in before it. But let's just say, for example, that's what you were looking to do. If a company, reported their earnings after the bell, which is typical, usually around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, instead of having to wait until the next day to buy your shares, you would be able to purchase shares via Moomoo in that aftermarket hours session up until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there is less liquidity in extended trading hours, but it is a unique tool that you have in your toolbox using Moomoo. So more on the topic here of IPOs, Moomoo has a feature called IPO subscription. So basically what you're going to do is you navigate to the Me button in the app, select all, and then under trading accounts, and then under stock, you're going to select IPO subscription. But later on, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that in the app demo. After that, you're going to select a market, either Hong Kong or United States, and then you're going to click on subscribe. That is, of course, if you do find an IPO that you potentially want to participate in. After that, allocation of shares determines whether or not you actually receive your subscription, and you will have access to the prospectus, IPO date, price range, etc. So if you do subscribe for an IPO, there's no guarantee you're actually going to get it, but it is cool that you have this option available to you because you're just not seeing this with many other commission-free trading apps out there. Also, as mentioned, if you're looking to get some global market exposure, you also have access to the Hong Kong stock market via Moomoo, and there are some separate fees associated with the Hong Kong stock market, but I will put a link down below for the full fee schedule for Futu Inc. They also offer convenient currency exchange in-app at no extra charge. Beyond that, guys, here are some other features of Moomoo that may be interesting to you. First of all, they have free paper trading in the app, which is great because if you're a complete beginner and you're just getting started, I would highly recommend playing around with the paper trading functionality of Moomoo before using actual money. Because there is so much packed into this app, it can be a little bit overwhelming at first. So it's awesome that you're able to use paper trading and kind of have that sandbox mode where you can test out the app without using or risking real money. Beyond that, guys, there's also a social element here to Moomoo because they have a trading community of over 100,000 participants. Investors are able to post, share, create polls, and ask questions, and this can be a great way to find new perspectives about different investment opportunities. There's also a news updates tab, which is going to allow you to see any news surrounding different companies that you are researching or just major news headlines all over the world related to the markets. You can also set up the Market Monitor tool to create custom notifications for things such as earnings reports, company events, or other relevant news. And then in terms of security here, guys, as mentioned earlier, Moomoo is being offered through Futu Inc., which is a much larger, much more well-established parent company over in China. Futu Inc. is an SEC registered broker-dealer that is a FINRA and SIPC member. So through that SIPC, you are fully insured up to $500,000 for your securities, including a $250,000 limit for cash. And as mentioned, there is still currently no Better Business Bureau page for Moomoo, but hopefully that is something that they are working on just to, again, build trust with new users since it is a newer app coming to the market. Also, guys, it is important to remember that all investments carry risk regardless of the brokerage, and SIPC is in place in case your assets go missing or your cash goes missing. It does not protect you from losing money from purchasing a stock or anything out there and having it go down in value. Alrighty guys, so that's the basics here of Moomoo. Now we're going to jump into the live demo and show you guys what the Moomoo app looks like. Okay guys, so here we are inside of the Moomoo trading app over on my phone, and the first thing that you're met with here is an overall watch list. Now this was automatically populated by Moomoo themselves, but my newest addition there to this portfolio, which is Genius Brands International, is listed all the way there at the top. So this right here is showing you a watch list of some of the most popular stocks out there, and this is pretty interesting as well. Futu Holdings, the parent company of Moomoo, is actually a publicly traded company, which you could theoretically trade into if you wanted. So that's another interesting tidbit there. So this right here is showing you the quotes for a given stock, and if I move over here to the right, it's going to show you my actual positions. So I ended up getting 2 free stocks when I opened up my account, and I put $500 in there, and I got 1 free share of SiriusXM Holdings and 1 free share of Celestica Inc., and then I purchased some shares of Genius Brands International, and I still have some money left over for demonstration purposes to show you guys how to actually place a trade. From here, you can look at the US markets, Hong Kong markets, and other markets. They have access to futures. You can look at broad market indexes across global markets. And if you look under markets here, this is where you can get data on, US markets, Hong Kong, Canada, crypto, futures, and even Forex. There is just so much data in here that is unreal. If we get into the heat lists here and you click on that, this is going to show you what are some of the hottest stocks right now using that trade heat metric over on Moomoo. So if you're actually looking to place a trade on the Moomoo app, you're going to click on the trade button here, and this brings you into my actual account. Now again, if you're completely new, I'm going to recommend you start off over here at paper trading and practice with that paper money rather than, getting started with real money, just to familiarize yourself with the platform. And this is also where IPO subscription is if you're looking to potentially get in on any IPOs. This right here shows you my account and my current positions. If I jump over here to news, this is going to show me current news headlines, and then if I jump over to my watch list, it's going to show me news related to any companies on that watch list. After that here, guys, there's the calendar feature where you can set alerts for earnings and different things like that. Now, if you're interested in the more social component going on here with Moomoo, you're going to want to jump over to the Moo tab, and this is where you can look at many different resources put together by other investors as well, and the social media aspect where you're able to post and do polls and different things like that. And then if you jump over to the Me tab, this is going to show you other potential things that you might need, like funding the account, help, customer service, etc., and things of that nature. Now, you also have a messaging tab in the top right where you're going to receive notification from Moomoo, but you can also create chat rooms with your friends if you want to talk right in the Moomoo app and discuss about different stocks. So that is Moomoo in a nutshell here, guys. The last thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and place a trade just so you're familiar with how that process works. And then I'm going to sell one of my free stocks that I received earlier in the week. So we're going to jump over to the trade tab, and I'm going to go ahead and buy some shares of Genius Brands International. When I click on this, you can see all of the different information available here in terms of the current price. You get a really nice chart there. You get the order book because you have level 2 market data. And if you scroll down here, you can see that full order book, which gives you a lot of insight into what's going on behind that price action. if you scroll down, there's all kinds of indicators for following, what's happening within the company in terms of their financials. We dive into a lot of this stuff deeper in some of the other videos about level 2 market data and things of that nature. So we're just going to do mostly a broad overview here. Jumping over to comments, here's what people and users are saying about the stock. If we jump over to news, we get news headlines surrounding the company. Analysis is going to show us what is going on within the stock. And one thing in particular here, guys, is that this stock does have a high degree of short interest. So that right here is an important chart to consider, looking at that growth of short interest over time. Interpretation of indicators, this is putting it in oversold condition, which is my opinion on the stock as well. And all kinds of other very good data that you may simply be curious about if you're looking to do the maximum research possible. You can jump over to the options tab if you want to look at the options trading on this stock. On the financials tab, it's going to show you the different financial documents of the company and the key indicators. And then over on the summary tab, it gives you a general overview of what this company is and what they do. So what I love about Moomoo, guys, is that before them, I'd be jumping around between 2 or 3 different apps, getting my information from all different sources. I like how everything is built in with Moomoo, and you can do it all in one place. So now what we're going to do, we're going to jump over to the trade tab, and we're going to buy some more shares of Genius Brands. So we're going to click on the orange trade button, and that brings us to this screen here. So first of all, by default, it is setting this as a limit order, but I'm going to go ahead and make it a market order just because this stock does have decent trading volume, and so there's not too much of a spread. Now, in terms of the quantity, that's totally up to you, but I'm just going to go ahead and purchase 5 shares of Genius Brands, and then I'm going to have to click the blue button to unlock the trade because I set a trading password just to make my account more secure. So now I'm unlocked for trading. I'm going to click on the blue buy button, and just like that, lightning fast, the order was submitted and I purchased 5 shares of Genius Brands. So now at the bottom you can see I have 105 shares of Genius Brands at a cost basis of $170.79. So that's how you buy a stock on Moomoo. Now we're going to turn around and sell it. So we're going to go ahead and sell one of my shares here of Celestica Inc. So if we click on that, what we're going to do is click on the trade button, but instead we're going to go over here and we're going to make this a market order, and we're going to actually be selling the stock. So we scroll down here, we're going to do 1 share, a day order, but instead of clicking on the buy button, we're clicking on the sell button. So I click on the orange sell button, just like that, the order is submitted. I get a notification it sold at exactly $7.50, and then over the next 3 days, once those funds settle, I'll be able to, take them out of my account or reinvest them somewhere else. So anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up this review and tutorial of the commission-free advanced trading app known as Moomoo. Like I said, if you guys want to get a bunch of free stocks, use that sponsored link down below from Moomoo, and that will ensure that you're getting the most possible free stocks. And that is because the amount of free stocks and the value changes all the time. But if you use the link down below, that's always going to be the most current and best promotion, giving you the best bang for your buck. In my case here, guys, I opened up my Moomoo account and I put $500 in there, and I ended up getting 2 completely free stocks worth around $13. So the fact that it's commission free and you don't have to pay for the trading, there's nothing you pay for with the service, and I was able to get $13 for free. That's pretty cool. And if you guys want to check it out and get some free stocks yourself, that link is down in the description below. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Drop a like if you enjoyed this. And as always, I hope to see you in the next video.